What's going on, guys? We are back, baby. So I found a handful of firefight clips, like actual gunfights happening here in Ukraine. I found it mostly on X. We're gonna go through them and watch them and everything. This there's a 100% chance this video is going to be demonetized. So please do me a favor, like and share, subscribe. So this video will be pushed out through the algorithm so they don't, once it gets demonetized, hopefully it doesn't just annihilate the viewership of it. But anyways, I figured you guys would like this, so we're gonna watch this. Before we jump into it, there's something important that I need to bring up to you guys. Over the last handful of months, you guys know I've been doing some drone training, specifically FPV training. I've done a couple of different courses with a couple different really well-known companies here in Ukraine, and I've had this idea to start a foreigner drone unit that would work underneath one of these bigger units, these bigger military outfits. And I messaged one of my buddies who is he's a Ukrainian, and he's one of the head recruiters for Third Assault Corps. And I think I mentioned to you guys, I went there a while back and got to do a tour of their place. I also did some training out there, and I was very impressed by the size of the whole entity of Third Assault Corps now. It's very professional, it's very well structured, it's very well funded. I had no idea, to be very honest. So anyways, I reached out to him and pitched him this idea. Hey, I was thinking about starting a drone team. I could bring a group of guys, and we would operate with Third Assault Corps. Under Third Assault Corps, we'd be contracted with Third Assault Corps. We'd take command from them, orders from them, blah, blah, blah. So he reached out to his command, the higher ups at Third Assault Corps, and they responded to him yesterday and said that they're very interested in that prospect of me bringing a group of foreigners, and we all act and operate as a drone unit on the front under Third Assault Corps. So with that said, there's obviously a handful of guys that are already here in country looking for an opportunity similar to this. If this thing moves forward, I would pull these guys in, but then I want to extend the invitation to you guys. A lot of you know, in Azov's International Battalion, there was a lot of you guys that came from this channel that are actually still there fighting in the International Battalion or working in that battalion in some fashion. So there's a lot of people that watch this channel or that are sub to this channel who are foreign fighters. So I want to extend the invitation to you guys. If this is something that sounds interesting to you, you're interested in drones, you're interested in working with me, you're interested in working under Third Assault Corps, any of this sounds interesting to you, again, this is the very beginning stages. This is still a prospect. This is still an idea. But with that said, if you're interested, jump in the Discord or go to my Instagram. Both links are in the description below, and message me directly, or jump in the group chat or comment or something. Say, hey, I'm interested in joining the team, and I'll reach out to you. Okay, so pretty interesting stuff. Again, nothing's for sure here. It's at the end of the day, it's still Ukraine. Things change every single day because of the situation that this country's in, but and my situation as well. So anyways, we'll check that out. Lastly, we've got our ORC SHASHLIK t-shirts that we have like 2 more days that they'll be in the merch store. Then we're going to get rid of it, and we'll start a new t-shirt, a new monthly t-shirt. That's based on your guys' recommendation, which I think is a great idea. Thank you for everyone who's picked one up. And lastly, if you want to become a member, we have a uncensored archive with all of the YouTube footage I've posted in the past that I never censored because I didn't know how. I'm moving that all into an archive for our members. Actually, a lot of it's moved in there right now, and I'm moving in more. Like, we're talking probably hundreds of videos. So that's it. Sorry, there was a lot of updates there, guys, but let's jump into this. We've got multiple clips here. Viewer discretion advised, I'm telling you right now.
Take a close look at your screen. This isn't a movie. This is real combat footage from the brutal Battle of Bakhmut in Ukraine. Watch closely as a Ukrainian assault soldier and a drone launch a deadly coordinated attack to flush out Russian forces hiding underground.
That was a good frag from the enemy there. Jeez. I love the sound effects.
With Russian soldiers heavily fortified inside the
Wait.
trenches, tracking them with the naked eye was nearly impossible. That's when the Mavic drone steps in, pinpointing enemy positions from above and dropping a barrage of explosives
Oh,
directly onto
gosh.
their bunkers. As the sudden drone strikes leave the Russian troops completely disoriented, the Ukrainian infantryman seizes the moment. Moving with laser precision, he advances right to the mouth of the bunker, trapping the enemy in a deadly crossfire from air and ground. Showing absolute bravery, this drone and soldier duo completely neutralized the threat. What do you think about this terrifying modern warfare strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to follow the page for more insane combat documentaries.
Oh, dude, that is so intense. I don't think people realize like how insane that is right there. Actual trench combat, throwing frags at each other back and forth. And in some cases, this guy picked him up and threw him away. Like it hit him on his plate carrier and fell down on his lap, and he picked it up and threw it away. I mean, gosh, that is nuts, but that's very interesting one. Like I said, I've got a handful of them here, so this one, I believe I've seen, or parts of it. It says Battle of Ukraine, Ukraine NATO proxy trench and bunker position is overrun by Federation soldiers. So the Russians take out the Ukrainians in this video, and that's one of the reasons I remember is because we don't see a ton of that kind of content. So let's see here. So the Ukrainians are like on the outsides of the bunker. Oh, oh gosh. So they got up out of cover, and two of them just got basically smoked. Jeez, dude, they're like 3 feet apart. Russians realize they're right there. And finish them. I probably had to blur that last part because he literally just walks up, looks like he's talking to him, and then shoots him multiple times. That's brutal, man. But it's important to remember. We watch on this channel. Everybody knows this is a very pro-Ukraine channel, and granted, if I see Russian footage that I think is valuable to the viewers, valuable to learn stuff from, interesting to me, I think you guys will think it's interesting, I'll show it. But the truth is, there's just not a ton of Russian footage out there in comparison to the Ukrainian footage. But something like this, I guess it just goes to show that Ukraine's not always winning the gunfights. Now, I do believe this was earlier on in the war, because if I remember correctly, I saw this a long time ago. And you could kind of tell by the defense situation, like that's an actual pillbox looking bunker, right? Those are not very common these days on the front line. They're mostly hasty trench systems, and these Russians looked pretty well trained. They basically had him pinned down from the other side of the trench, waited for him to get up and move around the side of the bunker, and two of them hit immediately. The last guy kind of curled up by the side of the bunker, and the Russians just came around and finished him. It sucks, man, but that's war. Okay, I thought this was interesting because it's from Omega Team, and it's this guy that has this like cool looking RPG. So let's watch this one. First of all, look at this RPG, bro. This thing's got like a some kind of heavy zoom optic or high zoom optic. It's got Picatinny rails on it. It's got a nice sling, and he's launching a massive warhead, literally a mortar shell on it. But look, you can see it arc right into, if this is true footage in the sense that the Russians were actually in those positions, this guy's very proficient with this RPG. Guess I've never really seen an RPG used like that. It's usually direct line of sight. You see the enemy, you see the asset or vehicle. Okay, this one's crazy, dude. Oh, but to finish what I was saying is you usually see those RPGs used in line of sight, firing at line of sight targets, but you, like mortaring it, right, and arcing it up. And I mean, that's cool. I wonder if that somehow that optic we saw on it was a helped that type of engagement, that kind of engagement distance. Like maybe it's somehow, like on a 40 mic or a grenade launcher, that'll have it'll kind of show you how many meters you can move the iron sights, and it can show you, like, if you want to shoot 60 meters, you'll move it up, and then you angle it up, and maybe that optic had something like that, because that seemed really accurate for that distance and to be mortaring it. Okay, so this one, Ukrainians are in this building, Russians are outside assaulting it, and we will see what happens here.
90.
I'm gonna mute it. Grenade came out. That Russian ran away, tripped. His buddy basically left him out in the open. Oh, no, yeah, he's... Oh, I see. Okay, so the Ukrainian's all the way over there and finished him. What? Dude, this Ukrainian just spawn camping him. Okay, it restarted. Wow, domed him. Instantly dropped. They think he's coming from that second doorway or something, and he just keeps popping out right there. That's crazy, dude. That's such a wild. You know, we so when you think of like CQB, you think of the movies and this, stacking up on doorways and doing all this tactical John Wick style stuff. And this dude literally just stepping out, not even with his rifle raised yet. He just steps out, lifts it, shoots him in the head, steps back in, waits a bit, steps out, lifts it, shoots the other guy in the head. That is nuts. That's one of the crazier videos I've seen. Okay, and then what was this one? This is more Russian footage.
Давай, давай, работай!
Jesus, sorry guys, that was loud as hell. Let's restart this on a reasonable volume level, huh?
Давай, давай, работай! Отход, прикрывай!
This almost strikes me as a training video, but I believe it says it's real. Especially, I mean, look at this dude with this AK. I guess there's not much wrong with it, but anytime I see somebody with their elbow sticking way out like this when they're aiming a rifle, to me it just screams amateur. Because if you're ever trained in any kind of a combat situation, you're going to be taught to tuck your elbows so there's less to shoot at, especially if you're around a corner, you're in cover or concealment. If your elbow's hanging out like that, your enemy's going to shoot that thing if it's sticking around the outside. Also, I know that orange and brown stripes. What is that? VDV or airborne? This guy's got a V on his helmet. Also, what is this dual tube on his back? I've never seen something like that. If they're connected, if it's two separate, then yeah, okay, it's like your AT4 or something. But
Отход, прикрывай! Отходим!
it's interesting. I mean, these guys look well kitted. Everybody except for the dude with his elbow hanging out looks relatively well trained. So interesting. There's a video here from 3rd Assault Brigade. It's Battle of Bakhmut. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I clicked through it. It looked interesting.
Контроль, 12! Надо! Надо! Окоп справа, вот здесь или нет? Не, узнаю, Зим. Пидор ебаный, сука! Пошли! Быстрее, мужики, проходи! Окоп!
Давно идти надо.
Да, стой,
Стой, да?
Да, стой!
Пошли!
You know, towards the end of that, I started recognizing some of it, I think. But again, it's another, we've seen multiple of these large scale trench assaults from 3rd Assault Brigade. It's kind of what they're known for. Either mechanized assaults or just full blown. No, they're typically known because they pull up, or at least earlier on in the war, they would pull up directly on position with multiple armored vehicles, and the guys would just storm out and storm the trenches. So this is pretty on par for 3rd Assault Brigade. Really cool to watch, man. Watching this guy kind of take the initiative to clear this bunker by himself. His buddy's behind him, but is pretty interesting.
Контроль, 12!
Like, he decides to jump in the trench. He decides to move towards the boondage, the entrance of the bunker, and start to clear it. Well, I say he takes the initiative. I guess somebody else could have seen it, and they were like, "Hey, you know, whatever your name is, go, Sasha, go storm that one." You know, I don't know if that's the case or not, but there was just very little hesitation, is my point. Imagine if this guy had his elbow sticking out like this, like that Russian dude did, and he's coming around the corner of that trench. It's crazy. I've seen videos of people getting their elbows completely annihilated like that. I think that's all I got for now, guys. This is a shorter video, but it's almost all gunfights with the exception of that RPG clip, which I just found interesting because we don't see them used like that very often. So I hope you guys like that. Let me know if you like this kind of compilation style video. I know it's definitely more high speed because it's just clips of action, but we do some more educational content, some more like updates on the situation here in Ukraine content. We do a bunch of stuff, but let me know if you like this kind of stuff. Also, we'll end it here, but reach out to me if you're interested about the potential drone team coming in the future. Okay, that's all I got. I love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.